Hello there. So behind me you can clearly see we've got good old Phoenix Straw Pie. I just finished building this a couple of days ago, but it's only the first part of my Building Phoenix Straw Pie series. The second part is trying to combine the school of the original design that Afmao and her team created with the actual school that they based that build off of. I need to take what's behind me, copy it over somewhere, and then add on to it, transform it, make it into something new. And that's what I'm going to start doing today. So here you can see with my render distance all the way up, you can see it's lagging. This is the full area that I did for Phoenix Straw Pie. It's not done. Hold on, let me keep backing up. Keep backing up. There we go. That is everything I did for Phoenix Straw Pie. The mountains, all this, it extends out over there, but it's just mountains. It's nothing crazy. You don't need to see that. But what is important is what you can see here. So we have to copy pretty much all of this over. Not probably going to copy the mountains though. I don't need those. But we're going to copy all of this and like move it over. But before we do that, let me go ahead and explain what's going on here. So I'm going to show you the spot that I chose that I'm going to build the second version of Phoenix Straw Pie in. But this map right here, you can see all these houses. This is the Lapiz Point map. It's so much bigger than what you see here. But I built Phoenix Straw Pie in the exact location that it is in the Phoenix Straw Pie series from Afmao's channel. I need to turn this render distance down. You can't even see, it's so laggy. Anyways, so this is going to be my own little creation, so it doesn't have its own relative location because it's not part of the series. The Capitol building is gorgeous, so I just figured we keep all this gorgeousness next to each other. And then this is all empty space too. So what I've decided is I'm going to build the second version here, and then all of the empty space that's around it, I'm going to fill by copying and pasting houses all the way till back there. I probably will put a bunch of trees in there too. Honestly, if I wanted to, I could copy and paste the mountain range all the way around and over here, but that's like a lot of effort, so I don't know about that. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and get started and stop yapping here. First thing is first, obviously I need to get rid of everything in this giant section. Did that work? Oh, okay, geez, yeah, I'm like, what the heck is going on? It's going to lag, it's a bit laggy. Anyway, so we're just going to fly over here because I think there's more of the empty space over this direction. Right next to this. Yes, okay. And we are just going to... There we go. That's wonderful. Alright, there we go. That one is pasted. Now we can go back over here and fix the ground. Alright, there we go. So now I can actually go ahead and... Well, it's fine. That building was ugly anyway. I'll delete it when it's time. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and figure out how I want to go about copying Phoenix Straw Pie over here. And I'm just going to attempt to rotate it by 90 degrees so that it will face this way. And then stand right there and copy and paste it based off the location of this corner, so that everything including the trees and yada yada will just start here and go back. I think we're gonna go ahead and try that. So if that works, then you should see it pop up in just a moment. It looks like it worked. I'm kind of surprised, and there may or may not have been technical difficulties that you're not aware of. But okay, it pasted exactly in that corner like I wanted it to. Ooh, and this line's really nice. Lines up really nice. That's what I meant to say. Now it does cut off over here. Oh wow, perfect. It actually does not cut off any of these trees. It just cuts off that building that I didn't even want there, which is perfect. So this will just have to be like a corner I've got to clean up. And then just kind of make this merging with that road maybe. As I explained before, I want to do these side additions that were in the original one, and I feel like this is probably my first step that I need to do because I know exactly how I want it connect into the school, and then I can do the surrounding areas accordingly. Yeah, okay, sorry, there's a lot going on through my mind for this build. So what I want to do is, okay, I forgot to mention, so this build copied everything that was modded, so it's all going to be like sideways, because it can't copy modded blocks properly. So I will have to delete everything in here that's modded because I'm going to refurnish it my own way anyway, so it does not matter. So this whole school will get redecorated and these won't be weird like this. So this area right here, right when you walk in, is where I want to start the side additions. So you'll walk in and go up here, and there's going to be a diagonal hallway that goes straight this way. I think I'm actually just going to start with demolishing this corner because I don't really have a game plan. It's just kind of like go as I do as I go with the flow, you know? Okay, so that's that section taken out, and I feel like if I made this a hallway, it would be too skinny, you know? So I'm wondering if I do start the diagonal like this, so that it comes out from the front of the school like that. Because how am I going to fit classrooms in there? I'm pretty sure that there's going to be like classrooms here in this location. So I think, what if I find a way to connect it by just like leaving this wall here? I'm not going to break anything on this wall. This room is going to stay the way it is. Ignore that. That's not supposed to be there. Anyway, and then I just take the diagonal from here. I could do that. That would leave space for, say, make this the hallway right here, like I had just had it. So there's like a bright hallway with beautiful windows, and then these will be doors. Right, okay, sorry. You have to see it. I gotta visualize it for you. Okay, so like these openings would be like doors leading into the classrooms, and this will be space for the classroom, and then this will be the hallway that leads to it. So, okay, that's beautiful. I love that. Okay, let's take a look at this picture. So there is some extension here for that patio. Then this whole thing is similar, but just a bit different than Aphmau's or Jessica's, whatever you'd like to call her. Then we have our extensions out to the side here, like they did. And then this is where my front hallway would be. And I'm seeing here that this is about the same width as I was going to make my hallway. So then the back part where I was going to make these classrooms would be right here. And that actually sticks up by another floor compared to these two. So there's sections here. So I'm going to go by sections. You can see that there's like large pillar, two little sections, and then large pillar. And then here you have like large pillar, two little sections, large pillar. So I think I'm going to count based off of that, and then I'll update you in just a moment. Okay, so here's kind of the gist of it. I kind of just made like a little diagram of the hallway really quick. Yeah, I know it kind of looks funky here, but that's just how diagonals work, and it looks better than the alternative, I promise. So you would come in here, and you would have this nice grand open hallway. This is supposed to represent doors into classrooms. It's just a little test model, but this is what it would look like. It'd be super bright, super grand. I love it. It looks exactly kind of how I had it in my head. And then this is just going to continue on down. And this is what I meant by counting it. So we have like a 5 block gap here between this pillar and this pillar. So I did 5 block gap between this one and this one. Now the windows look a lot larger though, so I'm thinking about cutting that down to 4 or 3. Oh, that looks so much better. Okay, I actually like that a lot. That is the length that it's going to be, because this is 1 section, 2 section, 3 section, 4 sections. Which means it's pretty much the same as what we see in this picture here. 1 section, 2 section, 3 section, 4 section. This one up here is different sections, so I'll worry about that in a little bit. And then we have what looks like a corner. We have like a corner piece here, but like I said, I think I'm just going to do a full square. So maybe 2 sections, and this has several windows in it instead of these 2 area. So I need to figure out how I'm gonna go about making these windows, unless I just do this plain window area and I just do 2 sections of that. But what I think I'm gonna do first is build this up by 1 and then put in like the ceiling maybe wherever I want that to be and get it to look good, merge in with this side really nice, and then I will move on to the square part. Okay, I know it's a big jump in progress, but it really is kind of self-explanatory, I promise. So I obviously finished this part and then like this little top piece or whatever, so this is now 3 levels and this one is still 2. And then I went ahead and I just did the whole square. Technically, if I was going by the original photo of like this one, it would be like 3 sections, but I felt like that was large and unproportional to the rest of the school, so I only did 2 sections. And then I was like, okay, well maybe it's 3 sections on the side, but then that didn't actually cover the entire diagonal, so I did 4. And then I found another picture online that shows how long it is, and it does kind of look like it would be like 4 Minecraft sections, so I did that on accident and it's perfect. And then I filled the roof in and all the floors in for each level, so that's done. So let me just give you just like a quick little tour, and then what we're gonna do is actually copy it to the other side, because I figured out that I can do that with World Edit and I did not know that before. So inside we have our little archway. I don't know if I filmed that or not. Don't look at this yet, it's cool, I promise. But then our hallway, this is just going to be full of classrooms, and then at the end of the hallway we have our giant open space, which will be more classrooms and hallways, and as soon as I figure out what I'm doing for that layout. And then there's going to be stairs here somewhere, I'm sure, but for now we have to go up here to get to the next floor. This teacher's lounge is gonna go bye-bye. That will be in a completely different room. Second hallway, this will be more classrooms. You can see it opens up to like a space for classrooms here. And then end of hallway, same thing, open space. And then the same thing for the top floor as well, except that the hallway is like really skinny, just because of the way that it kind of had to be. So this is just going to be like a little bit of a different hallway. Not all hallways are the same size, okay? It's fine. Then again, wide open space, but this one comes out in the middle instead of at the beginning. So I'm gonna have to do like a different layout for the top floor and put some skylights in. The ceiling won't seem as short once there's actual walls up. I don't know, I'm thinking about doing like all of the study spaces or like club rooms up here, because you know, like a nice tall view over everything, that'd be nice for a study space. Okay, now we're going to show this part. Oh my gosh, this hallway is hard to fly down because it's diagonal. This is like an open thing. It was a window, but then I thought it'd be really cool to leave it open, and I was getting a little carried away. This is like an outdoor, I keep wanting to say courtyard, but it's really just an outdoor hallway. So if we can go to the bottom one. This leads to the back patio. So we go outside and you have nice sunshine, everything. And then we can lead out to the back patio. So there's actually 2 different ways to get to the sports fields. Oh yeah, ignore all that right there. This looks insane though. Like, look how huge this is. And I kept the same thing going on here, how it's like quartz that meets the stone. So over here I did the same thing, quartz, and it meets the stone. And then this is what it looks like from this angle. It does look a little weird up there, but you know, there's some parts of the original Phoenix Drop High that look a little weird, so I feel like it fits with the vibe still. So I guess what I need to do now, actually before I copy the entire, where am I going? Before I copy this section over to that side by mirroring it, I need to finish this entire like section. I'm gonna finish the entire layout of the inside of the classrooms before I copy it over, because I don't want to have to do the inside twice. yes, I already have my markers down for how I'm going to copy it. There's like a green one there, and then there's one right there, and then that will just be one selection and copy it over. But then I will have to fill in a little few pieces. I'm still new to World Edit. Maybe there's a better way to do it. I have no idea, but that's what's gonna work for me. And then I'm not sure if I'm actually gonna furnish all of this or not, because there's so much space. But when I copy this over to the other side, I kind of want to make this first and second floor a giant, like, not giant, like an open swimming pool, because I know some schools do have swimming pools in them, like the fancier ones. And this is quite a fancy school for how, because of how large it is. So I figured we could go all out. There's going to be so much space. Definitely going to go all out for that. So if you have any suggestions for what I should put in the school, like already I've got student council, I have auditorium, like an actual auditorium where you could have plays and stuff, and then a weight room. I'm thinking swimming pool. I'm gonna change around the principal's office and teacher lounge, probably make them bigger. I'm gonna put those near the front entrance, kind of where like the front desk is. Then I'm gonna make a counselor's office. And there was something else, I think, I don't remember at this moment. What was? Oh, computer lab, bigger library for how large this school is now. And then space for like club specific rooms, or rooms like you can rent out. Yes, so that's what I have for right now. So if you have any other suggestions, because I promise there's going to be way more space to accumulate more stuff, to account for more stuff. So please leave me suggestions. I don't want to have to think of it all on my own. Anyway, this is going to be the end of the episode for today, and I will continue on with what I was just talking about in the next episode. So stay tuned, and this thing is probably going to be done in like 3 to 5 episodes instead of like 30, like my last Phoenix Drop High series. Anyway, have a good day. I will see you next time in the next episode.